On the edge, a creepy case out of Detroit. A teacher and a coach accused of posing as a chiropractor to get his hands on a student.
He claims it was just a massage. Fox News' Jessica Dupnack has the details.
The 54-year-old teacher allegedly used baby oil on the teen's back, then told him to flip over. It was time for the front. And for that, the teacher is on unpaid leave from Detroit Public Schools.
This is a clear case of a teacher grooming a young man.
54-year-old Nathan Tedford, a teacher and track coach at Detroit's East English Village Preparatory Academy. Back in April, he's accused of offering to take one of his 18-year-old male students to Chipotle. Instead, he took the teen to his Detroit home with the intent of a massage.
Complainant in this matter has a cognitive learning disability. He was 18 years old at the time. That's why the charges are what they are as a CSD-4.
Lisa Coyle with the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office pointing out in court he's a vulnerable young man with cognitive learning disabilities. Once the teen was at Tedford's home, the teacher and track coach used baby oil on the teen's lower back and told him it was time to massage the front.
He falsely presented himself as a chiropractor, that he had the ability to massage that the areas for soreness because of injury.
But chiropractor is not anywhere on his LinkedIn profile. It was a trick, and now he's facing 2 criminal sexual conduct charges in the 4th degree. But Tedford claims it was a massage for an injury.
Mr. Tedford did admit to the police he was touching his, I believe, his thigh for massaging it for injury.
Detroit Police Special Victims Unit is handling this one, and they're concerned about the potential for more victims. He worked in Detroit and other metro schools, even up into Flint Public Schools. They encourage other potential victims to come forward. Again, Nathan Tedford on unpaid leave. He was given a $30,000 cash bond, and apparently he has no criminal history. Reporting in Detroit, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
What's up, everybody? This is Mr. 100K, a day with another episode of the biggest hater in track and field. Today, once again, we're going to be talking about some crazy track and field news. This track coach, this teacher out of Detroit, Michigan, named Nathan Tedford. Nathan Tedford, he was just charged a few weeks ago, about a month ago, with this incident with this student. The student was over the age of 18, so he wasn't charged with doing anything with a minor, but the student has some type of cognitive learning disability, and whatever it is, the coach was saying, hey, I'm gonna give you a massage. You got some pain. I'm gonna give you a massage. Now, when I first heard the story, I felt like the coach was getting lied on. I felt like he was getting lied on because that's what often happens when a man in a position of authority, when you get around people who can't think straight, who have mental issues, disabilities, sometimes you just plain get lied on. But then I dug more into the case. I had an opportunity to see some text messages that the coach has sent to the kid. The kid's mom, or somebody related to his mom, she posted some things on Facebook, and she said this right here, and she posted text messages between the child and the coach. She posted this here. She said, does anyone know this pedophile? I'm so happy that my son from another mother was comfortable enough to tell me the whole backstory. Now, how he preyed on a young man. So last week, my son received a call from Nathan Tedford, an English teacher from East English Village Preparatory Academy, and asked him if he wanted to go to Chipotle. So, of course, the child said yes. So Nathan, the pedophile, came to pick him up, and instead of taking him out to eat, he took him to Southfield, Michigan, to his house, and said he's a chiropractor and wanted to crack his back. And yes, again, he said sure, because he's been having back pain since I've been playing sports. So he cracked his back and then said, I might as well give you a massage. My son said, isn't that weird? And Nathan said, it's only weird if you say something. My son said he instantly got scared and just froze up. So Nathan proceeded to get the baby oil and massage his back, and went to my baby's lower butt, and then said, turn around so I can massage your front. My son said he got really scared and said, I'm ready to go home. Nathan then figured if he took him out to eat, he wouldn't say anything. But little did he know, someone is going to be his voice. And it's me. I will be at this school early in the morning tomorrow, 6/2/25. So about a week or two after this was posted on Facebook by a young lady named Akia Hunt, he was charged. So Nathan was charged with two counts of 4th degree misconduct of the sexual nature, of course. And so this is the status of the case. Now, I don't know what his true intention was. The news report said that he was saying that he was a chiropractor, and it's not on his LinkedIn profile, but he's a track coach. When I ran track, and this is, everybody knows this, especially when you're in high school, coaches got to do everything. Sometimes you got to bring the kids food. You got to stretch the kids out. Like when I had a hamstring injury, I had a sciatica nerve problem, a hamstring injury. My coach had to stretch me out all the time, stretch my hamstrings and all type of stuff. It was nothing weird about it. So when I heard this story, I don't know if it was a misunderstanding. They said the kid got a learning disability. So I don't know if they just lied on his coach or if he just got, if his actions were misinterpreted. He's been a coach. Lord knows how long he's been a teacher at this particular school. This school is a black school, as you can see on the video. It's a lot of black teachers, a lot of black coaches, a lot of black principals. It seems to be a majority black school. So I don't know how long he's been a teacher, but you would assume that a 54-year-old man, he would have maybe had other allegations by now. But he said he had clear criminal history. So nobody before is coming forth. But then again, sometimes you got people who make it 30, 40 years and being a creep and doing bad stuff, and they don't get caught until they're in their 50s and 60s. So it's kind of like one of those things is up in the air. I don't know. But I do know it sounds suspicious, and I hope that he didn't do it. And I hope that, if he did do it, he get busted. So like I said before, this was an 18-year-old child, or 18-year-old, which is really a grown man. At 18-year-old, you can get the death penalty. At 18-year-old, you go to the military. 18-year-old, you can vote. So this wasn't a child in the legal sense, but he's still charged with 4th degree criminal sexual conduct. Now, they never say he touched any sexual part of his body. They said he popped his back. He was doing things to maybe help him with some soreness or injury that he had. His leg, put the baby oil out. The baby oil sounds creepy right now, especially in light of the atmosphere of what's been going on with P. Diddy. But, sometimes people just use baby oil as a lubricant, so that while you're giving somebody a massage, you have something so it's not so dry while you're giving somebody a massage. So when I heard this story, I still don't feel as if it's truly a case of this coach being a creep. Because if it turns out that this was a false allegation and that this child with a cognitive learning disability simply misunderstood, got nervous, got scared, and misinterpreted this man's actions, this could turn out really bad, because this is a 54-year-old man, been a teacher, is your livelihood. Teachers typically don't have criminal backgrounds. So you can really ruin this man's life by making these allegations against him. It could truly ruin his life, ruin his career. He would never, ever be able to be a teacher again. He definitely wouldn't be able to be a coach again, because his name will be tarnished forever. Even if the allegations are not true, they put that stuff on the internet, whether it's false or whatnot, and this is the result of it. So tell me what you guys think. They've, put press releases out about this guy. They're, doing a lot to try to investigate, see if he had any other victims, if anybody else gonna come forward and say they were a victim of his conduct. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know, do you guys think that he was a creep? Just from the information that they've said, that you've heard, that I've said, do you think that this man had nefarious intentions? Anyway, this is Mr. 100K a day. Till next time, y'all. Peace.